Hello, beautiful collective, and welcome to La Ebony Tarot. Thank you all so much for all your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. I really do appreciate it. If any of you would like to book a personal, all information on how to do so is in the description box below. So today, I thought today we would try to find out whether or not you are dealing with a twin flame / soulmate. Whether or not you are in a karmic connection, where somebody, all connections are karmic, okay? Because, karmic is just derived from the word karma. So yeah, I'm not going to get into that because every time somebody says karmic or karmic relationship, people always see it in a negative sense, and it's not. Everything that we do is karmic, okay? But for the purpose of this video and this reading, when we say karmic, it just means a relationship that was made to teach you a lesson, but not necessarily one that you are supposed to stay in, okay? Or no, which basically means that like this person isn't a soulmate. It's not karmic. It's not anything. It's just, it's just delusion, okay? So I have 3 piles here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you choose intuitively which pile you are drawn to, okay? I have 3 beautiful statuesses here with me that are going to represent each pile. So whichever one you feel drawn to, that's the one that you pick, and then I'm going to read the messages out one by one, okay? So like I said before, one of them represents that it is your soulmate or your twin flame. One represents that it is not, and the other represents that it's just a person that's supposed to teach you a lesson, okay? Now, before we get into this, I've spoken about karmics and twin flames and soulmates quite, a lot. Well, not a lot. I try not to focus on it too much, but I have brought this topic up before. I know that there are a lot of readers out there that focus on twin flame soulmate journeys and have a lot of people in the collective completely and utterly deluded, okay? Not everyone has a twin flame, and I just wanted to start there. Twin flames are divine connections. A twin flame is, somebody who is the opposite of someone else. It's like 2 souls that have been split into one. Okay, so like twins, they come from the same egg. Okay, so one is of, masculine, most likely predominantly Mars energy, and the other one is going to be predominantly Venusian energy, okay? So like the Emperor and the Empress, okay? You will really know if you're dealing with your twin flame or a soulmate, because every twin flame is a soulmate, but not every soulmate is a twin flame. So we just have to start there. So with the twin flames, that's like a divine union, okay? You're very similar to each other, yet you're also very opposite. But when you come together and you surrender not to the connection, but to the divine, which means you are both operating from divine energy, you can then be together in unison, because when you come together, you create balance, okay? It's a very magical and spiritual connection, but it can be very much confused with soulmate connections and, toxic connections, or the false twin flame connections, which what I personally like to call, oh my goodness, I can't speak today, which I personally like to call the twin foe, okay, which is what a lot of people are in, but a lot of people don't actually realize that they're in, okay? Now you will know because this person will have opposite energies to you within their chart, particularly your Mars and your Venus placements, because Venus, even though Taurus is ruled by Venus, and that Taurus can also be the Empress in the tarot, Libra rules relationships and marriage. So if you have significant Libra or Venusian placements and your partner has significant Mars placements, that could indicate that this person is your divine counterpart, okay? For example, I have Venus in Moon, Mercury, and Mars, and also Sun, and my twin flame has Moon in Mars, Moon in Mercury, Moon in Mercury. All their Mars placements are opposite to my Venus placements, basically, okay? My Jupiter placement is opposite to their Jupiter placement. My 7th house, which is ruled by Venus, is opposite to theirs. So say I have, I'm just going to make something up. Say I have Cancer in my 7th house, which I don't. Then that would indicate that my partner would have Capricorn in their 7th house. You know, your 7th house is your house of partnership. So your twin flame is going to have the opposite energy to that, to indicate, you know, that you are of, you know, you are each other's other half, okay? So there's a lot that goes into it. You'll also know whether or not you actually have a twin flame or a soulmate by your chart, which is why I always say that people need to understand their charts and they need to understand astrology, because that would indicate whether or not you're supposed to be with someone, or whether or not you have a significant partner, or you're supposed to be married, or so on and so forth, or whatever. Because just because you have a twin flame or soulmate, it doesn't necessarily mean you're supposed to get married to them, okay? It just depends on what your beliefs are, okay? But either way, you have a spiritual contract, okay? So yeah, so I just wanted to start there because not everyone is of divinity, and if you're not of divinity, you can't have a twin flame. That's just facts. You'll probably have lots of soulmates, but you probably won't have a twin flame, because in my opinion, twin flames are divine unions. It's very rare to have a twin flame, just like twins are rare. People have twins, but you see more, you know, regular people than you do twins. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So twin flames are rare. So everybody who watches a twin flame reading, I can guarantee you, I would say about 85 to 95% of those people who are watching twin flame readings are not dealing with a twin flame, just because it's a rarity, okay? Not everybody can be the emperor and the empress. There are many queens and kings like there are in the tarot, but there's only one emperor and there's only one empress, okay? So it is a rare connection. Rare miraculous things happen when you're with this person as well, okay? It's not a toxic connection. There's normally one person, which is the masculine energy, that tends to run away from their feelings and their emotions, because again, that Mars energy, okay? But when they give into, not surrender to the connection, because surrendering to the connection would be like, okay, yeah, let's get back together, but then you still butt heads, you still break apart, because the person needs to surrender to the divine, because it's a divine connection. So when you are both operating from divinity, you're both practicing divinity, you're both raising your consciousness and your vibrations, and you kind of realize that there's more to life than just running and chasing and doing all dumb shit, and you want to actually come together spiritually and change the world. That's when you can then both come together in union, okay, and work in unison with one another, okay? So it's all about the divine. The divine comes first. It's kind of like, you know, religious people will say God comes first. You know, you have to be a lover of the divine. You have to practice divinity, and so does your partner. And then you can come together, okay? If your partner is on some reckless energy, it's never going to work, or if you are. So I just wanted to just start there, okay? Just to give you like just little pieces of information about whether or not you're actually dealing with that, so that you don't get lost in translation when you're watching these readings. Now, we're going to start with picking a pile, okay? So, one second, I just need to sort this out. So the first gorgeous Oshun we have right here, she's going to tell you whether or not you have a twin flame or a soulmate, okay? So this is the first statuess that you can choose from, okay? So I just want you to meditate on that. Right, so that's pile number 1 she represents. We also have this gorgeous lady right here. One second, the thing stuck around her boobies. Okay, this is my incense holder that I painted, but she's also going to represent a pile, or whether or not you are dealing with your soulmate or twin flame. Okay, so just meditate on that for a minute. Okay. And then we have pile 3, which is my beautiful Jamaican doll that a beautiful Libra subscriber, hey, if you're watching, haven't heard from her in a while, sent me as a gift last year for my birthday. So she actually represents my ancestors. She's like on my altar. So she will tell you whether or not you're dealing with a twin flame or a soulmate. So I want you to decide if you want to pick number 3, which is her, number 2, or number 1. Okay? meditate, think about it. Now, this is allowing you to know whether or not you're truly dealing with your soulmate slash twin flame or your person of interest. Okay? You are intuitively making your mind up. Right, so we're going to pick now. Let's start with pile number 1, which is represented by Oshun. So, the cards that we have, it's a no from me, the possessive and the obsessive, and the crybaby. Okay, so Oshun is here. Whoever has picked pile number 1, this is a clear-cut no. I know that for some of you, this may be disappointing. It just depends because, you know, this could be like a new person coming into your life and you may think, okay, this could be the one. This is just a straight no. This person is going to be possessive towards you, or this could represent that you are obsessing over this person. You're not really seeing something for what it truly is. Okay, this could represent like a toxic connection as well. Okay, this to me is also like that runner chaser energy, like somebody kind of just is a lot of mind games and just sorrow and sadness. Okay, I feel like an emotional roller coaster is what you're gonna kind of deal with when you're dealing with this person or person of interest. Okay, some of you are dealing with somebody who's really obsessive. They could be a water sign, but does not have to be. Okay, but somebody here knows how to get I want to say not put on the waterworks, but someone here knows how to get to somebody's heart and emotions. So this person will really make you feel like you're in love, or really make you feel like you're supposed to be together, but it's really just to try and control you. Okay, or this could be you. Okay, but this is definitely not a soulmate or not a twin flame. You're not dealing with that. So I'm sorry if that's not the answer that you wanted, or this could be your confirmation. Okay, but yeah, it's a no. That's what she's saying. It's a clear-cut no. Heal and move on. If you chose number 2, okay, we have these cards here. The first card is a yes, okay? We have the Martian representing that Mars energy, and then we have the Venusian, okay? So the divine counterparts. So if you pick number 2, the answer is yes. You are dealing with a soulmate or a twin flame, okay? Most likely this person is somebody who is the opposite to you, but when you come together, you complete one another, you complement one another, okay? Somebody here is really, really feminine. The other person is really, you know, masculine. So somebody here could have like their own business, or they're an entrepreneur of some kind, or they could be a leader. Somebody else is kind of really pretty, or really just, you know, feminine. They like nice things. Somebody here knows how to cook, to clean, to do a lot for themselves. Like that Venusian energy as well, especially when it's Empress energy. She's all the queens in one. So she's somebody who's mastered all the queens. She's really skilled and versatile. She knows how to do a lot, but she's really, really beautiful. This is kind of like my natural beauty card as well, okay? But either way, if you pick this definitely is your person, regardless of whether you are in separation with them or not. This is a clear-cut sign that yes, this is your soulmate or it's your twin flame. Okay, I should have done a separate pile for twin flame and soulmate, but you know, if you were on the fence or you didn't know, you definitely have like a soul contract with this person, and I definitely feel like you're supposed to be together. Okay, so this is really, really gorgeous energy. So high vibes, positive news there. So you are dealing with one. Now, if you picked number 3, okay, these cards here, it says karmic, have you learned your lesson? We have the teacher, and then we have the sapiosexual. So this would indicate that this could be a false twin flame, or this was a relationship that you could have had a soul contract with them, but it was merely to teach you a lesson about something, okay? Now, all of these relationships will teach you a lesson in some type of way, but this one is letting you know that this person was not supposed to be here for a long period of time. You were supposed to learn your lesson with someone and then let go. If you keep going round in circles, or if you keep repeating a cycle with someone, it's because you haven't learned something. But you could be telling yourself, or maybe you know, when you keep getting back together with someone, it's because you've been told or you believe that it's your soulmate or it's your twin flame, but it's no, this person was merely here to teach you something, to raise your consciousness in some type of way, to teach you what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. Okay, but it's kind of like the cycle will continue to repeat itself with this person, almost like entrapment, until you learn something and detach. Okay, so yeah, it's a karmic relationship. Once you understand that, you will be able to release that person, and then you can move on to your soulmate or your twin flame. Okay, now again, some of you have twin flames and soulmates, some of you don't, but especially if you got the no card, that would indicate that you either don't have one, or the person that you're thinking about is definitely not. Okay, so yes, I hope you guys enjoyed that, because that enables you to make your decision based on your own intuition. And that way you'll get more clarity when you're watching readings. And also pay attention to your Venus placements, your Juno placements. I would also say, your Mars as well, even though Mars represents something different, but just because I believe that, you know, the masculine and the feminine energy is that Mars and that Venus. So I would watch opposite energies of my Venusian sign to see what's really going on with that energy and how I can like read my person or whatever if it was me. Okay, but your Juno, you want to watch what's in your 7th house as well also, or what is in your partner's 7th house, if you know. Okay, I hope that gives you some clarity, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the May readings, which I have begun to do. Thank you and toodles.